Gendered language is confusing. You can say, hey guys, and it'll refer to a bunch of people of mixed genders, but you can't say, like, that guy over there and point at a girl. I mean, you can, and I'm sure people will get it. We need more terms. Or less. I don't know. Sunder, what do you gotta say? Let me know when you have a second, I'll come over. Let's go friend zone this guy for once and for all.
You wait for Sunder to show up. You wash your hands just as there's a knock at your door.
Come in.
Hi. Oh, weird timing, but I have some bad news.
You feel your chest get heavy, as if a weight were pressing down. As clear as day, you see in Sunder's face that he's about to break up with you. Wait a minute, but I thought we weren't dating.
Yeah, we weren't. I'm confused.
I thought that they were
we
just...
turned him down a bunch.
I thought they were just hanging out as friends.
I mean, maybe breaking up with us even as friends.
Oh, you mean... Maybe it's one of those situations where he's too obsessed with you and can't be friends with you without harboring some emotions and feelings of wanting to be a partner instead. Your mind resists, imagining how things would be different between you. You imagine a reality in which he had infinite love to give you. His heart yours forever. Wait, what?
Nope, give me the truth.
Sunder sighs, steeling himself for what he's about to say.
Even though we're just friends, I have to say, I don't think we should see each other anymore. Not like we have been. I'm not enough for you. I never was and never will be.
I've loved spending time with you and seeing the world through your eyes.
It made me remember what it's like to be young and mortal, I mean. You're great, but your friendship deserves more time than I can give. I just don't have the energy. I'm too old or too lazy or... I just can't. I'm sorry.
That's interesting. He's too old or too lazy for multiple friendships? I mean, I suppose. Then again, they've been dancing an awful lot this summer.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of how ever since graduating college, we can go for weeks, months at times without necessarily talking to our best friends.
Yeah.
And it was
I
actually
feel bad about that.
It was interesting though because of the pandemic, my friends had started, starting to have these online get-togethers over Facecam and such.
Mm-hmm.
And that was happening on a weekly basis. Though it definitely started petering off after a number of months because busy schedules.
I think it's pretty much stopped at this point.
Well, I mean, I had a big trip and I got to see them in person.
True.
For the first time in nearly 2 years. But then all the...
During the lull.
During the lull, when infection rates were at their lowest. My family was happy to finally be able to see me, but I do not want to fly on a plane again anytime soon. On one flight, one direction, I had 2 people who refused to wear masks sitting next to me. That was... Ugh. One was an old guy and one was a teenage girl. But in any case, it's one of those things where, I don't know, could go for a long time without talking with people.
Yeah.
And you can still be friendly, but I suppose there is that drifting.
Yeah.
I thought that he was trying to break things off because he was too invested, but now he's saying he isn't? Or what do we deserve? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I've learned in 200 years, it's self-care. Yeah? Good. Great. Cool.
You wonder if you're actually okay. You aren't sure yet.
We've had fun, haven't we? As far as I'm concerned, that's a win. But other than that, I guess this is the end of an era. A change, at least. I guess I'll just get out of your hair. See you later, I hope.
He lets himself out. Your throat feels tight, constricting. You've reached max love level with Sunder. A few hours pass in a blurry haze until you fall into a light sleep. You're woken by a knock. Through the peephole, you see a worried-looking Mandy.
Come in.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I tried to help you, but... Well, you deserve better. That's all.
You love him?
I guess I do. Yeah. Like a little brother. Makes it hurt more to see him keep doing this. Sometimes I think he'll learn something, but he never does. Though, I knew what kind of man he was when I turned him those years ago. Yet, I still keep expecting better. Maybe I'm the stuck one.
We do our best. I love being that you could be needy, but no thank you.
I tell myself that, but it doesn't help much. I don't normally do this, but want a hug before I go?
Sure.
You let her wrap you in a surprisingly strong hug. You feel her inhale deeply. No, don't bite. Oh, wow. I can see what Sunter was crazy for. You smell delicious. Oh, sorry. Too soon? Too soon. Keep being good, dude. You're better at it than most. She gives a little wave as she leaves, and you lock the door behind her. That reminds me when I was trying to watch the Twilight series recently, and everyone's like, Bella smells so good. And it was just all, oh no. Everyone trying to refrain from consuming her blood.
Getting the suck on. Hey, I heard it's over with Sunder. You okay? I'll be okay. That's all anyone can hope. I'm here for you, Kez. Talk to you later. You haven't talked to me in days.
Yeah.
Mandy said she came to see you. I'm sorry for everything. I hope she didn't make it worse.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait, what?
These suck.
These are all are bad. The just go away isn't good. The I miss you is bad. And whatever is very dismissive.
One of my fans that said this game really does not understand how to have platonic relationships. Like, the game breaks down a little bit as a result of it. I think that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Well, the one thing about Sunter is we, from the start, were pretty forward about, yeah, we're not interested in dating you. Even though he attempted to initiate a romantic relationship several times, he backed off, and then he comes to us and says, I'm breaking up with you, and our cousin's acting like it, like
I
we
think
were
part of the point with
far
this
more
game
invested.
is you're not actually supposed to max them. If you're not interested in dating them, you stop spending time with them. And, like, I think that's what we were supposed to have done.
But the thing is, I can see that if there was actually a little calendar.
Yeah.
If there was a calendar and you knew that each day you spent was a day off that calendar and you only had so many days of the summer.
I think that actually would have been a cool way of doing it, that, you know, maybe you only have, like, quote-unquote... Well, how many weekends are there in summer? Let's say 12, give or take?
So you can only go on 12 dates.
Yeah, which would max out 2 people if you wanted to max them out. You could spread it out a little bit more. You can do some other things. I think that might have actually worked better structurally, and then you could have some divergences plot-wise over the course of that, with, you know, depending on how you react to Eric and some other things. Anyway, I don't know. None of these are good. I'll just go with I miss you. It's not like it matters.
Okay.
Sorry. I hope we can still fight together sometimes. But I know I asked for space, so I'll stop bothering you. Cool. That was that. Sawyer!
Okay. Sometimes I feel weird about being a glaive. Like, I'm told that that's the best word for what I am, but it just sort of means sword.
Glaive sounds cool.
Thanks. I can live with it, if you like it. Because a gladius is
Is an actual short sword.
It's a Roman short sword.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really fit the descriptor. Wait, is this for the cat? Oh no. You find Pocket sitting outside the Verona Beach Museum. He's looking at you expectantly.
Meow meow.
He rolls his eyes into a yawn. Oh, that reminds me of the cat that we saw on the walk.
Yeah. We walked by a cat at like sundown yesterday. You really only could see the silhouette of it, and it meowed at Shell. She meowed back, and then it responded.
Oh, it was cute.
It was cute.
But it didn't come over. I think sometimes cats will actually meow as a please don't get near
I'm
me.
gonna give the cat opera tickets.
Wait, what? Pocket bats at the... But you spent money on that! At the opera tickets. Wait, what did you...
It's the same thing as the other rejection. I don't know. I was kind of
Oh.
hoping it would have a reaction to opera tickets that would be funny.
The door opens suddenly. Pocket jumps out of the way, eyes wide with curiosity. No!
Oh, if it isn't the elusive dude. What luck. I wanted to discuss our next date.
Pocket is suddenly on full alert, as if someone had stepped on his tail.
God, stand back, dude. I know this cat. He is a dangerous wild beast. Yeah.
Eric tries to kick at Pocket, but the cat sprints past into the museum.
They don't allow dirty animals in places of sophistication. Never hurt him.
Eric flinches back from your fury. You imagine his tail would be between his legs, if he had one. You brush past him into the museum lobby. You enter just in time to see Pocket's tail disappear into the prehistoric exhibit. You follow, browsing the dinosaur bones and the surreptitiously checking nooks and crannies. Eventually, you find him gazing at a saber-toothed cat skeleton the size of a panther. Yeah, study the skeleton. You take a moment to admire the skeleton's preserved ferocity, from tusk to tail. The label reads, Smilodon fatalis, excavated in Verona Beach, California state fossil. Pocket releases a small, wheezy sigh at the Smilodon.
Is this your role model?
Or great grandma. No, it'd have to be great. Nah. House cats are descended from a type of... Isn't it a type of cat that's in Africa?
Maybe? I don't know,
I think
actually.
it's like a cat that's kind of It's from Africa, but maybe also parts of Egypt or the Middle East. Just kind of that region. That's where house cats come from.
Okay.
Or are descended from. Pocket's tail swishes with sudden mischief. He pounces on your foot playfully. His whiskers vibrate with excitement as he turns from the Smilodon to run out of the museum. Security guards approach, but he's already out the door and scampering down the street. You browse the rest of the exhibit before heading home. Oh no. What happened? Pocket's acting really weird. He's more confident or he's more educated?
Yeah.
He's confident. Well, I wish he'd stop attacking my feet. My slippers are destroyed. Jeez. I have a smidgen of water if you need some.
Yeah. Throat just got sore all of a sudden. I should probably just get up and grab some. Here you go.
What it is you entertained him with your own shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has a taste for shoes. Let's go see what's up with the witch.
Rowan.
Warlock. You find Rowan standing quietly to the side, unmoving.
Chat, quick thing. Dude. Gender neutral? Referring to guys.
The problem is there is dudette.
Yeah, no, I guess it's a good point. Dude, dudette. I wish there was a gender neutral version of dude. I guess I just
Or
do
gal or guy or-
DOOD, which means dead in Dutch, but I usually use that one. I want more terms of endearment for gender neutral people, or gender neutral terms of endearment, or just kind of collective
There might be
reference.
some that we
I'm
just
sure
haven't.
there are that we just haven't heard, but that's why I'm asking. If you're watching this video and you know of any of those good terms, please let us know. Maybe I should post on Twitter and just ask. Because, like, I need to update my vocabulary with more gender-neutral terms. Because, yeah, we were trying to refer to Rowan without saying Rowan. And, at least in our lexicons, it's actually kind of hard. And I'd like to fix that. Anyway.
So, I'm seeing there are definitely flowers there that weren't there before, I believe.
Maybe.
So maybe this
oh,
is
it
the
could
funeral.
be the service.
Yep. I already read that.
Good day.
Dude, you came. Apologies for sending Crowley, but I'm tired of my prison. It makes me anxious. That's why I'm here, though I wasn't sure if you practice meditation. I do sometimes. This place is suited to it. The ley lines, the incense, the acoustics, all contribute to a peace of mind. I was hoping it would grant me some freedom from my darker thoughts. No luck yet. It's been some time since Alice passed on, and I still can't seem to let her go. Everything reminds me of her. Even places I'd never been. I feel her everywhere. She'd want me to move on, but I just can't.
Crowley gently preens Rowan's hair with his beak. Rowan sighs.
Have you lost someone close to you, dude? You seem so energetic. Yes.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe our character would have. Rowan smiles ever so slightly, a hint of self-mockery in their eyes.
Of course, it's nothing unusual, and here I was, in the depths of self-pity. It gives me strength to see how you bear your burden. You make it look easy, and I know it isn't.
Hmm. 3 stacks of the boost. So that's about the gravity wells.
Yep.
They gaze at the statues of saints and angels thoughtfully.
I read that in modern courtship rituals, people swipe right when they don't like someone. It seems dangerous. You could sever an artery that way. I'm glad I haven't been rejected so forcefully.
Oh, this is about the prisms, the phones.
Yeah. Wrong kind of swipe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whichever kind of swipe. I'm glad to have avoided modern love attacks. Hermitage has its advantages. I come here to remind myself why solitude is healthy. Saint Drogo is the patron saint of the unattractive. I find his self-imposed seclusion comforting.
Would you like to offer a gift?
Yes. Opera tickets.
Oh.
My Italian and Latin are a bit rusty, but I appreciate an opportunity to practice. I made a show about love magic before, but who knows if that compatibility would even be constructive. Given my ambitions to master the arcane, I should be grateful that we will remain only friends. It's probably best that Crowley and I remain on our own, devoted to study. It'll be a good life, well spent. But will you be happy?
Yeah.
No, but not everyone can be, right? I mean, we can't just hang out all the time, though I do like spending time with you. It's grounding. I mean, I just want to appreciate you and your time spent with me while I have it. Let's stop talking about embarrassing things and just meditate for a little while together.
With your eyes closed, you feel your breath lengthen and your body relax into a deeper awareness. In that moment of peace, you feel Rowan's presence beside you more strongly than ever. Ah, awesome mage outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you open your eyes and share a smile with Rowan.
Thank you for that, dude. I think Alice would be honored by our time here. I hope we can do it again sometime.
You head home.
I guess a prism is easier for chatting than Raven notes, so... What kind of tea are you drinking today? Bubble tea.
I'm currently drinking black tea.
Lies.
I'm currently drinking black tea.
I see.
English breakfast, I believe, or English tea time.
I like it because we advanced their relationship so aggressively. Like, I think we have 3 or 4 levels back to back. We only went adventuring with Rowan once.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like, I see this is not a fascinating topic, perhaps, as I first thought. Let's just fight monsters, as if I didn't waste your time. Thank you. But then we don't fight monsters because we're on to the next stage already. So it's just like, immediately, you know, never mind. I've finally done it. I've made contact with Alice. At least my deepest concept of her. You okay?
I wanted to know if it was a ghost. Oh, well.
Their deepest concept of her. So, I don't know. She was rather angry with me. I guess I can't blame her. I'd like to see you and explain our next phase. Want to take a walk with me? I'm up on the mountain.
What phase?
What phase? Come. If you want to know. Or don't if you don't. I'll be here. I still think it would have been really cool if there was things in the dungeon. Because you know how it has, like, our deepest fears and some other things? Like, it would have actually been kind of cool. Oh, yeah, Lover's Peak. Oh, boy. But, like, it would have actually been really cool to go into the dungeon and it'd be, like, themed more around Rowan.
As I said, I wish that there had actually been some themed dungeons for each of the characters and that you faced their fears and their apprehensions. Because you have Rowan dealing with the loss of their grandmother.
Because you could have
you have Sunder dealing with his
time and apathy, which would be interesting.
Well, no, I think that they still could have had the place under the dance.
Yeah.
As you know, he's trying to fill his life with kind of promiscuous and lustful activities to try to make himself feel alive, but it doesn't have meaning. If you know what I mean. And then with let's see, Valeria, I think she's the only one that we still haven't really figured out conflict.
She would be afraid of going too far. She's afraid of losing control. She's afraid of kind of the past. She's afraid of letting other people in. For good reason to some degree.
And then with Seven was afraid of being a shadow, but also of striking out on his own.
Yeah. Sawyer's afraid of cooking. And also the future.
Well, for Sawyer, it's the direction that they want to take with their life.
Yeah.
And what their future occupation will be. And how they feel inadequate at much of what they do currently, and that they're still too young to know. Okay, who else are we missing? I mean, Isaac. Would it be about
his dad?
Well, it'd be the dad, but then also having all this money to try to help people.
Yeah.
But then the bureaucracy getting in the way.
Yeah. And of probably not doing enough in life to almost kind of make up for his privileged upbringing.
Have we covered everyone at this point?
I think so.
Yeah. Ah, but look, Rowan's in their mage garb. Rowan is looking out over Verona Beach in unusual attire.
You look great. Good. Because it's rather warm today to be wearing this many layers, I must say. I'm trying to reach beyond the veil. Symbols and metaphors are powerful. I thought maybe wearing our traditional family robes might help, and maybe it did. Either way, I found Alice in my heart, and she really lashed me, called me a coward and a weakling. When it comes to how I treat you, she said she was disappointed in me. She expected better.
Yeah.
I will fight her.
What?
I will fight her.
Oh, gosh. You really want to say that as a joke?
Yes.
Oh.
You could try, but she has a point.
I've been leaning on you, and on Crowley, too much. It's been unbalanced. You're my best friend, always there for me. You've shown me so much patience and generosity of spirit.
Acceptance.
And yet I've taken advantage of your kindness. I'm sorry for that, it's not right. I always call you in a crisis. To help me with grief, or with Crowley, or with everything. It's like I've treated you almost as a tool, a medicine, or a playmate. You deserve better. You've helped me grow as a scythe, and as a person, sharpening me. I want to do the same for you.
That's interesting. Because one thing about friendships and relationships is reciprocity and the motivations behind how you treat people. What are you
I was
folding
just
your
thinking
arms
of
about?
reciprocity. I need to send some art off to a friend, and I've been struggling to think of what to send them all this time, but I think I have it down perfectly.
What kind of art?
Oh, just you know the D&D portraits I was putting together?
Mm-hmm.
So a friend of mine is putting together a deck of cards of themselves, kind of.
Yeah.
And so they're collecting just tons and tons of fan art from various people they've worked with, friends, fans, acquaintances, developers, like big developers. And so they'd reached out to me and said, like, hey, would you want to do something? And I was like, heck yeah. And then I've spent the last 2 weeks being completely unsure of what to do.
2 weeks? Gosh, you need to write a list of things. Except
Well-
that list would it'd be one of those comical scrolls that would roll off the table and then the
So-
paper would continue unfurling all across the floor.
In my bullet journal, I have a column for every day, and so today I tried writing down all of the indie games that I need to do like one-offs on that I owe for.
It doesn't help that you
I
get
ran out
100
of
emails
space.
a day.
Yeah. So it's to the point where I'm actually considering. I've been considering for quite a while some drastic changes on like how I do content to keep up with the amount of games that are sent to me that actually look really good, and also because like I feel guilt for not getting to them. But same thing with not sending this art off.
All right. So we're talking about the whole reciprocity thing, and at the moment, Roman is feeling as though they've been using the
Yeah.
main character, and that they've been, as they said, leaning on you too much, and they don't know what they're offering you.
Yeah. I think it's true often enough. I said a long time ago that I like being the therapy friend, but it often did result in me not actually being friends with the people I was therapy friends for. So like,
So then you were giving so much, and it was a situation where it was draining to you and impacting
not
your
even
lives.
that necessarily.
Sorry.
It's just once their problems went away or they found a new therapy friend.
Then they stopped being friends with you.
Yeah.
I see.
Or they even turned quite toxic and terrible. Because it turns out that they were only nice to me because I was a good therapy friend at the time. But then when that was taken away, I got to see what they were like without that kind of crutch holding our relationship together.
your usefulness.
Well, yeah. And so, like,
that's a classic villain line.
the friends that I'm thinking of in particular got actual nasty. Or, the moment where I tried to assert some level of, like, boundaries of, like, no, this is getting unhealthy. This needs to change in some way, shape, or form. And they got mad at me. Because I was used as the tool friend for a couple of people. It's the phrase, it's not a beard, because it's not it, but I would go to parties with some friends in high school, and I eventually realized that they were using me as a cover so that their parents didn't think they were going off to do terrible things, because everybody knew I was incredibly straight-laced and kind of boring.
Oh, so I know that you don't like really divulging too much. I think you really shouldn't talk too much about these high school friends, but it's the one where the girl just wanted to make out with her boyfriend and
No.
show.
She didn't have a boyfriend. She was just there to hook up with dudes.
So you were kind of chaperoning, but also just
Yeah, I was kind of low-key supposed to make sure that, like, nothing happened to her, but I didn't realize that was the agreement because I never agreed to anything. I was just going along to social events that I thought would be fun, but they kept getting worse and worse as this girl effectively was testing the boundaries of what she could get away with. And so eventually I put my foot down and it ended our friendship because I was like, look, you can't keep dragging me to these parties with, at this point, utter strangers, because you're just abandoning me and disappearing, and then you come back hours later, and I'm able to make friends with almost anybody as long as they're amenable to, like, hanging out and chatting with me. But it's one of those where it was deeply uncomfortable because I wanted to go hang out with my friends, and I was just the convenient tool so that she could make out with people. And I thought that was really gross. And so, yeah, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. And then we just weren't friends anymore. And then...
I'm so glad that my friend group was just a bunch of nerdy girls and some guys. There would be the groups instances where both groups would meet up and play Super Smash Brothers or watch old sci-fi movies and stuff together. But yeah, Really, it was just a lot of board games, video games, and movies.
Dating just added a lot of stupid complication where there didn't need to be any. Anyway.
In any case, I think that you do help me, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, but I could be doing so much more. So from now on, I want to be equally giving. To meet you halfway. Ever since I first met you, I loved letting you be in control. But I should contribute too. If we're going to be long-term friends, I want us to be equals in all things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I can already feel Alice approving. We're on the right track. But if I backslide, I hope you'll call me on it. Habits can be hard to break.
Yeah, I promise. Rowan releases an exhalation of relief.
Thank you.
Crowley mutters something softly into Rowan's ear. Rowan nods.
And Crowley got you these. His friends will be quite jealous. Glass.
They hand you a small handful of rounded beads of glass.
Human.
So, what's new with you? Any interesting people you've met? Monsters you've destroyed?
You walk down the mountain as the sun sets, filling them in on recent events and chatting.
They offer you a cup of Margaret's Hope Darjeeling tea. It's a family treasure, but I'd like to share it with you. And give you the full tour of the estate.
Yes, full tour of the... Oh, is that little magic
Yep.
sigils? Okay.
Yeah, they did that earlier.
Full tour.
Yeah, you could spend the night if you wanted to. I'd like that, as friends.
Rowan leads you inside and you spend a quiet evening together wandering the mansion. You learn more about the arcane artifacts and occult history. More about arcane artifacts and occult history than you ever thought possible. Rowan asks you a few strange questions that seem like non sequiturs, then tilts their head thoughtfully. I keep saying Crowley, but it's Crowley.
Yeah, it's Crowley.
'Cause crow.
Yep.
Crowley mutters something softly into Rowan's ear. Rowan nods.
You don't need any more stress right now, but after this business with Eric is resolved. If you're curious, I could train you in the arts. You have remarkable aptitude.
Ah, ready to be a warlock.
What is I'm already a warlock? Let's go with that.
Wait, I'm already a warlock? Wait.
I don't know.
I thought that said I'm ready to be a warlock.
No, but
that's
it's I'm already a
warlock.
Which I'm so curious what happens if I say that. Can I?
Sure.
I'm already a warlock. Well, then perhaps I can help you expand your practice if you wanted.
You chat into the night until you start to feel sleepy and head home. You've reached max love rank with Rowan.
Wizard buddies.
Yeah, so much better than being a vampire.
Yep. I know you must return to your home soon. Crowley seems to think you can fly, but I told him surely not. I can, in an airplane. Ah, of course, technology has its uses. Not that it matters, really. The important thing is that you'll be far away. For a time anyway, our paths are forever intertwined. Definitely. I hope it is friendship that binds us more than the wounds that we take from that katana. Time will tell. Alright. So we have to go dungeon crawling at least one more time. 2 more times. However, let's go deal with Valeria. I know you have your objections, but like...
Well, it's uncomfortable.
I know.
Oh no, this is definitely uncomfortable.
Yep. I
Jake?
just wish the guy would clean that hoodie. Like,
Well,
my biggest beef with him is that he looks like he came out of a dumpster.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like paint even. It looks like dirt that got...
Yeah, dirt and grease stains.
Jake is at the studio talking to Valeria when you arrive.
Hey.
Hey, dude. Valeria gives your hand a squeeze and doesn't look away from your eyes when she says, "Say hi, Jake."
Hi, Jake.
Valeria glances at him until he drops his gaze. I thought you were going to try to be friends with each other.
I saved both of you at the museum job, didn't I? Should count for something, especially since I wasn't invited.
That was my decision, Jake. You must have expected it with the way that you've been acting.
I'm a Rose of Venus, Valentine. You should have told me about it.
Valentine, said Valeria. There's a moment between them. You almost feel like you're intruding. You're right. I should have said something. I just wanted to show Dude what we do. Though it turned into a disaster.
It was fun.
Rather than the whole... Yeah, I didn't like the fact that you're potentially going to get captured, but... Being a rose is exciting, but usually not that exciting. Jake shoves his hands into his pockets and clears his throat to catch your attention.
I have something to tell you, both of you. I spoke to Jess, my sister, and she wants you back, Val.
Yeah, don't say anything. Yeah. Jake eyes you curiously, as if expecting you to interject before continuing.
Not as what we were before, as partners. She wants us to be the Roses of Venus again. You, me, Jess, and him too.
It takes a moment before you realize he's gesturing at you. You look at Valeria, and she looks as shocked as you feel.
What? You're important to Val. And you can keep a secret.
Jake grins his sharp as a knife grin, and cocks an eyebrow.
Yeah.
So, what do you say? Want to join the Roses of Venus? Sure!
Yeah. Though, wouldn't it be nice for them to actually get paid gigs by places to beautify the cities and stuff?
Yeah.
Rather than do
I think
everything
that loses
illicitly?
a little bit of the freedom, but I agree. Some of my favorite murals are just these, like, giant pictures. I wonder if they're still in Rochester.
Well,
But there are some, like, beautiful wall murals in downtown Rochester that looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah, and there are also many in downtown Portland as well.
True.
It's one of those things where...
The ones in Portland are a little smaller. I'm talking, like, full building length.
I
Like,
see.
these required some serious funding, comparatively. The ones in Portland are a lot more, I'm going to say, like, high-end street grade, as opposed to, like, you know, actual mural artist going full.
And I mean, I also would like to see the green walls where you have plants
Yeah.
and such that are in these nicely curated watering. They must have some
I wonder
kind
if you
of
could do,
trellis
like,
system.
fancy metal work to get the plants to do different things.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, plants and art just to make everything seem less concrete and
Brutalistic.
brick and things like that. A look of relief passes over Jake's face, and he gives you a genuine grin.
You won't regret it. We're going to be amazing together.
Don't let Jess get carried away. We're staying in Ronan Beach for now. I have a life here. Tell her that. Tell her I'm happy. And tell her I'm in love. Jake looks between the two of you, and he shakes his head.
I'll tell her. Take care of yourself, Valentine.
He turns and gives you a gruff nod.
And you too.
The bell above the door rings as Jake departs, leaving just you and Valeria in her studio. How does it feel, being a Rose of Venus?
It's a big no.
No.
Not at all that different.
She gives you a warm smile. We might have to wait a while to have another adventure. See, this is another instance where the text isn't correct. Now
Yeah.
it's in narrator mode rather than her.
Yep.
And there was an instance before with Rowan where narrator mode was in Rowan's box voice, but oh well.
Yeah.
At least until the cops stop looking in our direction. Sorry about that. It's just weird seeing it in this text. Valeria looks toward the door where Jake was standing moments before.
Jake and Jessica. The Roses of Venus. All of that messed me up for a long time. Moving here, painting, making new friends, falling in love again. It helped me heal.
Her hands find yours, fingers intertwined as she leans into you. You share a kiss easily, without thinking or hesitation, as if you've already done so 1,000 times. She releases a little sigh into your lips, and you feel her smile.
I finally feel ready for something new.
Heart-piercing. Sweet. Rolling hurts enemies?
Both of these sound good. I just don't know how much each do. I'm gonna go with Rolling Hearts Enemies.
Valeria ducks behind the counter before you can answer and puts out brushes and
Do
paints.
you mind if I sit and paint you? Just for a little while?
Sure.
Thanks.
Aw.
We've done that.
Well, it reminds me of when, Wander and I first met actually in drawing class. It was a night drawing class. And I've been talking to this other girl about ball jointed dolls for a while because that was her passion and such. And then there was a period of time where you sat on the other side.
Yeah,
in
I was
quiet.
really sick for the first month of school. And so I kept to myself because I was really loopy.
He was late, and I disapproved of the fact that I just was who is this guy? He's late to class all the time. Pretty much. But
yeah,
then
I was just super loopy, so I kept to myself because I had to focus on drawing, otherwise I wasn't going to be able to do anything. But I was listening just because, what else was there for me to do other than listen to music? And so I picked up very quickly that Shell was super nerdy and a bit of a show-off because she wouldn't stop drawing like General Grievous and other things from memory. And people would be like, whoa, and I was
sci-fi stuff, yeah.
I was judging her a little bit because you could tell she was doing it for the ego boost.
The thing is, I had gone all throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school. Yes, drawing things from memory. I could just whip up anything that I could remember, essentially. And I was also pretty good at, essentially, I suppose visualizing what characters would look like in different poses and, just being able... It's one thing to be able to visualize something and draw it from, in a static way, but then to also be able to manipulate it in your head, too. So, yeah, I think I attribute that to just reading a bunch of comic books, learning from comic books about anatomy and dynamic posing and such. So that came in handy. But yeah, one of our early assignments was, okay, draw the person sitting next to you.
Yep. I think Ball Jointed Doll Girl was gone that day.
Yeah, I think she was gone.
Yeah, so it was the two of us.
Yep. Which was a little awkward, but then we got to started talking about Knights of the Old Republic and Redwall and just all the sci-fi and fantasy films and games that we enjoyed, and yeah, that was the start. So yes, it is nice when you have a partner who's also artistically inclined, and
We
then
were spoiled.
Huh?
We were spoiled.
And then you can have things like this where you get to be each other's figure studies.
Yep. So we had to do, what was it? Medical? It was like a medical illustration
Medical
class.
illustration anatomy course.
Yeah, and so we had to do nude model drawings.
He
And they
was
had
he was expecting us outside of class to do nude figure drawing, either by doing the ones that were...
They had regularly scheduled
They had
sessions that you
regularly
could show
scheduled
up to.
ones with the regular models.
I only did that I think twice and then just didn't. Probably would have been fine to do it, but I just had other things to do. But since we were both in the art program, we're just like, all right, let's just draw each other. So I think Shell went first, and then then I had it the next quarter. And so I couldn't help but get a little bit of a laugh, doing lessons and whatnot, and then getting assignments, because I'm like, this man has seen my bare ass.
I think that was senior year, though.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Mhm.
Shell's less cool with it, but I thought it was amusing. Anyway.
You sit for her, watching as the line between Valeria's eyebrows crinkle in concentration. Warm silences interspersed with laughter as she brings you to life on her canvas.
Ciao.
Eventually, you head home. You've reached maximum love level with Valeria.
I like it how that was actually not steamy.
Yeah.
That the random hookup with her at the very beginning was the only time you've actually slept with Valeria.
But she also turned into a dagger.
It's true. So it might not have even been a hookup. It was just a hot dagger wielding session.
We've been through some shit, huh? I'm pretty confident no ducks will ever come between us. Or, other humans. They also won't. It's a nice feeling, trusting again.
Won't let you down.
Even if you did, I wouldn't let you get away with that easy. You might be leaving Verona Beach soon, but I'm a traveler too. I'll find you. Don't go without saying goodbye, okay? I might know if you want to...
No, let me know.
Let me know. Oh, I see. I'm
Yep.
not used to all this texting lingo. So, let me know if you want to pop back into the dungeon sometime.